And it's raining today. In some ways, actually, it almost feels like it's snow because the way it's coming down. Maybe it is, but it's actually really light. And what did I read today? I guess this one was kind of interesting with that thought on how when it comes to things like cameras on vehicles, nowadays if something happens, police actually call out to people. If you were driving around this area and you have a dash cam, please check it and contact us. And I wondered, are people going to do that with things like drones? And then this one here, it says, Carmarthen, drone appeal and coastal search for missing walker. 5 Coast Guard teams, a helicopter, RNLI lifeboats, and a mountain rescue team are helping Dyfed Powys Police with the search for Miss Smith. Officers want a person flying a drone in the area on Saturday to call them. Saying, quote, "We have been made aware that someone was flying a drone in the area and we would ask that person to contact the police as soon as possible." Officers said Miss Smith, who is described at about 5'2" tall, petite, with blonde hair, was known to walk along the beach to St. Ismail and Ferryside. So in many ways, I guess it is already happening where people are missing or there's some kind of incident, if they're made aware that someone was flying around the area, then yeah, maybe they have proof and all that. Although it makes you wonder, like here with all the team that they're sending out there, how come there's no drone operators like on their team, just sending out things like traditional helicopter and all that instead. Just further example again, in my opinion, of how this stuff happens all the time. Not those crazy examples of some toy drone, for example, crashing into an airplane and all that. And then it was interesting reading this in terms of who the drone leaders in the marketplaces are. Everyone would automatically say things like DJI and all that, and I know before people were saying impossible, no one can ever catch up or anything like that. Whereas some companies like in the US are basically flourishing because of those new restrictions on Chinese-made drones and all that. So how about this one? This one says, Skydio Valuation raises American hopes in drone war with China. Placement of the DJI on trade blacklist has opened new opportunities for US manufacturers. California-based Skydio has become the first US drone maker to be valued at more than $1 billion in fundraising that signals broader confidence for America's second act in the drone wars with China. The new valuation comes from a $171 million investment led by Andreessen Horowitz Growth Fund, doubling all fundraising since its founding in 2014. Others in the round, including existing investors Linz Capital, Next 47, and IVP, plus a new investor in UP Partners. This is the first significant fundraising since Washington placed China's DJI, the world's leader in drones, on the entity list prohibiting US companies from supplying it with components. That move is widely expected to propel growth in America's drone sector as the products evolve from flying cameras designed for consumers to more sophisticated tools for enterprise and government. And it does basically talk about how they started initially trying to make a name for themselves in terms of things like their software and collision detection, whereas everyone else was more focused on things such as flight time and camera quality. So in many ways, I guess you could say it's paying off in terms of them differentiating themselves. And the company here says the potential for drones has really caught people's imaginations in the consumer world, capturing amazing video, and in the industrial world for inspection, mapping, and monitoring. But the paradigm is still this manually flown world, he added. The real shift that's happening in the market is this transition to fully autonomous operations where the drone lives in a dock, it's connected to the internet, and it flies itself on demand wherever it's needed. That's that point again, kind of like yesterday with that farmer item I mentioned. What happens in the future? Most drone products are capable of doing stuff like this. People buy it in the form of, I guess, like a dock. It's in there, it comes out, does its thing, goes back in. So companies like DJI just slowly lose their market share. This one says, big as the opportunity is, DJI cannot be counted out as a competitor. Although the group may find it challenging to build the best drones without thermal cameras or chipsets from US companies, they remain on sale at Best Buy and the Apple Store, and anecdotal data suggests they continue to thrive. DJI's share is less than it was before, so it's definitely enabling American businesses, and that's really exciting for the industry, he said, but it's not having the impact that some people imagined. Only time will tell how things will pan out. I guess the interesting thing would be in terms of things like how to stand out. I think in terms of North American companies, the only thing that's super consistent is the customer service. It's a lot better than ones based on China, just from my experience from most of the drone types of products. So US part blacklist or not, I could easily see that being a factor too. As a lot more manufacturers say catch up or establish themselves, people could debate maybe I like the customer service better from this company, so I'll buy it from them instead. I mean, that could be a main factor too. Alright, I guess no flying today. I guess it's time for the archive. Alright, see you guys later.